Out Dundee, you heard? I am live out in Bris Vegas. This is my first live, you feel me? What's up out there, guys? Yes, today I'm in Brisbane, hanging out, chilling out. Show y'all what I'm looking at. Brisbane City. Booked a room right next to the police headquarters right there. If you know what I'm talking about. They go to Brown Snake over there. That's what they call the Brown Snake. As you can see, Brisbane is under a lot of construction, guys. So yeah, we here live. Well, Australia's been cool to me, as I could say, coming all the way from Brooklyn. So I'm just gonna go into a little about my journey so far. Give me a second, guys. Let me fix this. All right. Yeah. So far, it's been a cool journey in the land down under. You hear it? Yeah, I see my skin glowing. Yeah, we are outside, guys, like we say in America. So, I got to see kangaroos. I got to see a few crocs. I got to see koalas. They got bin chickens out here. I got to see the what's the name of that bird? The pie what?
The magpie?
I got to see the magpies. Magpies sound magpies sound like a dessert, but it's a bird, guys. So yeah, we outside, man. And I want to say Australia's been lovely, guys. You know what I mean? Growing up in Brooklyn most of my life. You know, I never dreamed that I'd be out in Australia. I grew up in, you know, the five boroughs, one of the five boroughs, Brooklyn, New York, Crown Heights. And it's a lot of culture in my city as far as fashion, music, you know, dancing, amazing artists, you know. One thing I could say about Australia, it's sort of a culture shock, but it's like nothing to me, you know. It's like they say where your heart is where your home is. So my heart has been here in Australia since I've been here. It's been cool, man. I've been relaxing, you know, getting my health together, you know, studying different areas of Australia. You know, as y'all can see, if y'all go into a lot of my shorts, I've been up and down Broad Beach, Miami, Mermaid. These are all beaches on the same long stretch, guys, but each section has their own name. Palmiami, shout out to Palmiami out there. You heard? Shout out to Broad Beach. Shout out to the whole Gold Coast. You know, you might have seen Black and Out Dundee riding through there. You know, it's me, the big black guy, the black fella, like they say it. Yeah. So you know, I've been learning the slang. You know. Words like F-wit, I ain't gonna say the whole thing because I'm not trying to get flagged, you know. When Australians like a certain food, they say it's nice. Like a dory. A dory is a what we would call a nosy person in America. Like when you just want to know people's business, you a dory. So I've learned that slang. What else slangs I've learned? Reckon, you reckon. Like that's like, nah I mean? Like how we say, nah I mean? We say, you reckon. Like, yo son, yo that dude out there, he was acting crazy. You reckon? To us, you reckon is wrecking something, but down here, it's wrecking. And one of my all favorite words out here is cunt. They love to say cunt. Now, cunt can go both ways. There's a negative cunt and it's a positive cunt. Like how we say, you know, yo, my G, yo, my heart, yo, son. They say you're cunt. This is a deadly cunt, meaning like you ill, you know, you an ill dude. You feel what I'm saying? Wicked, you know, these type of words are being used here. You know what I mean? Down here, so you know, deadly. Yeah, it's your boy Black and Dow Dundee, and I am here with my one dimple. You heard? And we are making the best of life, guys. You feel me? I took a 24-hour flight from America to here, you know, on Qantas Airlines, which is one of the best airlines you could ever travel with on your way to the land down under. So I left out of JFK about November 30th, and I reached in Australia about December 2nd. Now it sounds like it could have been a 2-day flight, but it's a time differentiation. So once you get across the Pacific, time go up, you know, times go further. So it may seem like it's longer than it really is, because of the time change and situation. So you know, it wasn't that bad. You know, I didn't really have no complaints about flying. I just sat back, relaxed, and enjoyed the experience. The stewardess were very nice on Qantas. They showed me nothing but love. Although I was the only brown guy on there, but hey, I'm representing for us guys. So make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, because I'm way from Brooklyn for y'all to show y'all what's going on in the land down under. You know, before I came to Australia, everybody was talking about, oh, it's big spiders, it's crocs, there's all these wild animals and all this stuff. But I haven't been attacked by any wild animals or nothing. You heard? Only been attacked by these lovely looking women out here, that's I can tell you that. I want to say, guys, Australia got some of the most beautifulest women, man, and they cool, and they're caring, guys. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna say. They are caring. So you guys, man, if you're looking for love, you might need to be in Australia, man. I recommend the Gold Coast, you know. You know, it's a little pricey, but if you got that American dollar, you should be alright. Because at least you got 60 cents on the top of the Australian dollar. So if you have 600,000 US, that's equivalent to $1 million and some in Australia. So, and I say, you know, the morality is better. The life expectancy rate is higher. You got free healthcare here, and you got kind people here. They're laid back, they're cool, they're chill. It's a gun-free country. You know, although, you know, people bear arms here, but it's not like the States where we're like pro not having weapons. But here is, you know, there's no weapons, there's no, you know, murders every day by senseless violence. You know what I mean? So that's a plus for me growing up. You know, seeing a lot of my friends pass away from gun violence, you know. You know, me being shot before, just not even involved with anything. My mom being shot before, coming from work. You know, thank God she's still living. My baby sister being shot in the park while playing at the age of 8 years old. She's living still, you know, but I've lost a young brother, rest in peace, Malik. And I've lost a cousin from gun violence also. Rest in peace, Anthony Freeman. You know, rest in peace to my brother, Malik Machette. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, my family over the years has been victims of senseless gun violence in New York City. You know, we always hope for the best with our city, but things just seem to never change as far as violence in the communities. You know, there's some lovely people in the city, some wise, smart people, witty people, you know, great entrepreneurs, you know, guys that, you know, are off and making that money, you know. But I say, what's worth the money if you're not spending it on life experiences, going places, getting your passport, traveling the 7 seas if you can, you know, at least going to one other country instead of just dying in America, like many of us, man. I grew up seeing people on the same block 30 years, man, 40 years, 60 years, you know. I love those people, amazing people, man. But I said to myself, you know, just for their sake of you know, not widening their horizons, I'm gonna be one of the ones to travel somewhere. And if you go to my YouTube, go to my SoundCloud, which is Shots Leroy, SHOTZLEROY. You can see a lot of my music. I'm talking about flying overseas, and I've never been to overseas. Um, you know, talking about foreign situations, and I haven't even been in a foreign situation. So sometimes you gotta manifest the things you want to do, the places you want to go, and the things you want to see with your imagination, you know. So, you know, I know there's rhetoric out there that says, oh, you shouldn't rap or you shouldn't sing about something that you never done. But when you manifest things with your words, things come true, you know. So even if you haven't been anywhere, or you don't even think you will have the means to even get there, still imagine being there. Read books on it, you know, go on YouTube and look for videos on where you dream of being someday, and use your tongue, use your mouth, use your voice box, and say it to the universe, and I'm sure the universe will grant you whatever you need to be able to travel. So yeah, Brisbane is like a little, you know, little noisy place a little bit. As you can see, we got the trains over there. Let me show you. And a lot of new developments going on here. And in 2030, the Olympics is coming to Brisbane, guys. Woo! May I be here. I hope so. You know, I'm gonna work hard. I'm doing what I gotta do to be in Australia. I like it here. Um, I'm looking forward to traveling to other places like New Zealand, Thailand, China, because Asia is not too far from here. And then Bali is not too far from here. I got like a 5 hour to 8 hour flight. 8 hour flight for Thailand, 5 hour for Bali. And then you also got Tasmania, which is close to Australia. And then I still got more places to visit in Australia. Um, yeah, it's all about my journey from Brooklyn to Australia. Now, let me remind you, when I got my passport, my first journey was up to Niagara Falls. So I got to go up to Niagara Falls and hang out for a week. It was amazing. I got to see the falls. I'm gonna upload some of that on my YouTube pretty soon in my shorts, so you guys can see my experience in Canada. So I went straight from the top all the way down to the bottom. You heard? Ain't that something else? And I'm gonna, you know, willingly, I'm gonna, you know, visit places in between. So I'm just gonna, you know, shut my trap right now, zip my lip, and I'm going to let you guys just take in the city. Let y'all see what's going on here. It's pretty amazing. I like both Brisbane and the Gulf Coast. Yep. So as you can see, this is Bris Vegas, guys. We are in Bris Vegas, just hanging out. Thanks to everyone that subscribed, so I could be able to go live. And all I want to do is give you guys the experience of traveling overseas, you know, especially my peoples in the 5 boroughs. I'm just here to inspire you guys. Your boy Blackadal Dundee. It's not Crocodile Dundee. It's not Blackadal Dundee. It's Blackadal. And the DOW stands for Doe. Let's go, guys. So what you were saying now? You was asking me about the live?
Oh, yeah. It's just live on YouTube.
Yeah, it's live on YouTube. And I could also share it to people on TikTok or share it to people on any other social media so they could go onto YouTube and see what's going on. Or even, because even my lives, after they're done, you upload them so people could go see them. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
So even if they miss my live, or you could schedule a live, say for 9 o'clock, stuff like that, and and people will tune in at a certain time. But if they miss it, they could go back and catch it. So I need you guys, man, to help me get some more subscribers. Please like, share, subscribe. Your boy Black and Out Dundee. Baby, do we have more beverage here? No, right? Okay. Yeah, so I'm just happy to be living, guys. I've been doing some life coaching down on the coast, you feel what I'm saying? So, that's one of the things I'm studying to do as far as get the certifications to be a life coach, but I have been life coaching most of my life naturally. And the funniest thing about it, I never really knew I was life coaching. I was just always, you know, helping people as far as if they had a problem or if they didn't know what decisions to make or if they just needed someone to listen to them. I'm that type of guy. If you know me from New York or you know me from Times Square, um, I've done a lot of work, when it comes to humanity, lifting others up, make sure they believing in themselves. You know, I'm big on that. I'm big on, bridging gaps, breaking down barriers. Um, that's me. That's your boy, Black Adele Dundee. You heard? That's what I do. A lot of you know me as Shots in America, Drew, 8G down south, Icy Man, so many different names. I sort of warp into different characters, and now since I'm in Australia, I'm Black Adele Dundee, guys. Yep. So, yeah, so, one thing I'm looking to do down here is get around the indigenous so I could do some interviews of the indigenous people talking about their tradition and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, guys, one thing I did learn about Australia, they eat kangaroo down here. Could you believe that? It sounds crazy to me because I was just hanging out with kangaroos. But the next crazy thing is in Jamaica, we eat curry goat. So it's like, uh, you know, yes, to each his own. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tapping in my live. It's your boy, Black and Out Dundee. Please like, share, subscribe. This is my first live. And I am up in Brisbane, guys. Checking it out. Help me get my first subscribers, guys. My first 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to be giving away stuff. I'm going to be sending stuff out to people who's been helping me share and subscribe, guys. There's going to be a lot going on with my channel. As you can see, that there, they call it the Brown Snake, which is a river here in Brisbane. Now, the reason they call it the Brown Snake is because a lot of dredging was done here at a certain time. And the dredging has caused the water to go brown. There's once upon a time, from what I heard, those you could have swam in there, but not anymore. So I'm in Brisbane. I'm not on the Gold Coast today. Now tell me about those mountains again back there.
Oh, it's Mount Coot-tha.
All right, that's Mount Coot-tha. And what you said something's on the mountain named what?
Slaughter Falls.
Slaughter Falls, guys. Now they have a place called Slaughter Falls up there.
That's where they brought the indigenous to slaughter.
And this is where they brought all the indigenous people to slaughter, guys. And they still got the name there today, guys. What do you think about that? Leave it in the comments, guys. This right here is a broadcasting station where everything is broadcasted on television. Is broadcasted in Brisbane, guys. So we are live. Yep. Let me just take you on a quick tour of what I'm doing and where I'm staying, just for a couple days to get things going. I do got a surprise for y'all in a few days. I'm going to be going live from a different country, and I ain't going to tell you the country yet, but I hope you guys log in, like, subscribe. All right, guys, this is a accommodation we've gotten called, it's a little messy, but mind the mess. It's called, what is this place called again? Abbey on what? Yeah, this is the Abbey on Rona Street. Good accommodations, pretty decent, guys. You know, washing machine, I've been using that, washing clothes. Bow, there's your boy Black Adele Dundee. Decent shower, you feel what I'm saying? So if you ever come down and you're in Brisbane, you can come to the Abbey on Rona Street. Rona Street, the Abbey. Not bad for 2-day accommodation. Just checking it out. So this is your boy Black Adele Dundee. And I am out in Brisbane, guys. Yeah, so please like, subscribe, and share my new channel. I need my next 1,000 subscribers and followers, sharers, likers, and just check us out. So yeah, a lot been going on in America, and a lot of this Epstein stuff been going on too. It's a sad situation. Let's see what's going on. How people are being manipulated, you know, for the love of money and the love of fame. So for me, part of me leaving America is just too much going on. Like, you know, me as a black man, it's sort of, it's just like, oh my gosh, it's traumatizing. Growing up from a kid, you know, dealing with race issues, still dealing with race issues, hearing about the past race issues. It's like, when is it gonna stop? Or is it gonna even ever stop? So part of me leaving America is, it's not too much opportunity for brothers like me, you know, or I could say it ain't opportunities that we would love to be in, like banking, you know, on the stock market, or judges, you know, or lawyers, or firemen, like, or even doctors. There's not too many black doctors. There's not many opportunities for black men to be doctors in America, or to do a lot of things that people are making great salaries doing, government officials. You know, it seems like black people only end up being porters, transit workers, you know, and just laborers, period. Like, and I mean, yeah, people will say, hey, we should go to school and we should do things of that nature. But if you look into schools, these schools cost money, and a lot of us are not financially set to be able to afford these situations. So, I mean, I've researched, and in America, you know, us as indigenous people from America, you know, people from the West Indies, people from that are already been in Americas also, we had inheritances, you know what I mean, that would have helped our future and would help us, you know, be great and have our own, you know, piece of the pie in all the worlds. But it seemed like all around the world, us indigenous people are on the back burner. So like, even here in Australia, it's very beautiful, is very warm. Like this is like almost a Caribbean type of feel. It's warm year round, but in some places it's a little colder than others. But me being on the Gold Coast, like I didn't see too many um, Aboriginals or indigenous people, brown people like myself. Um, and although all the people are nice, you know what I mean. But what is going on in the world where black people don't live in the same community as white people? What's going on in this world? Why haven't we crossed those barriers yet? But when it comes to labor, we can cross those barriers as far as contributing to, you know, the richest society so they could live apart from us, you know what I mean? And it's cool. Some of us don't would rather live amongst each other. But it seems like us living amongst each other, it's a lot of drama as far as violence and stuff in that nature. But that's a whole nother live. So we're just gonna stay on the topic today. We are live in Brisbane, and I am giving you guys my experience in the land down under. This your boy Black Adele Dundee, you heard? And listen, believe in your dreams, you know, whatever you could imagine, whatever you imagine, believe in it, you know, especially if it's positive and it can help others. Believe in yourself. I didn't know I could make it all the way from New York City, Brooklyn, down to Australia, but I'm doing it, you know what I mean? And it feels good, you know. I said to myself, you know, I don't want to be another brother either killing somebody that looks like me and end up in jail, or somebody killing me and end up in jail for me. You know, or becoming strung out in the streets, or just become a victim of an American society because it's not easy. So this is what brought me to Australia, you know. I met a lovely person, an Aussie lady in New York City. And one thing I remember most, what she said to me, she said she chilled out with me, she read my personality, and she said, I deserve a better life than being in America. I didn't understand at the same time. She's like, you deserve better than this, you know, with your attitude and your mindset, although you grew up in the hood and stuff like that. You know, it dawned on me for a little while, you know. And the best experience I got about people in Australia, this same amazing woman came to see me twice, all the way from Australia, 24 hours. One time was on my birthday, and I remember it being so cold in the city, and this person still came all the way from Australia for me, you know, which that showed me right there that, you know, that was a milestone in my life, knowing that I'm really important. I'm somebody, you know. I deserve more. So I never flew on no plane for so long. International is my first international flight, you know, and I went all the way 24 hours. You know, so I give myself credit for that. But she came 2 times to see me, 24 hours, risking her life flying over the Pacific for me. So that and many other of her actions gave me the balls, us tough guys, yeah, we in the hood, all that, we scared to fly across the Atlantic though, for me to come across the Atlantic, man. I used to sit in the bed, and I used to be going through certain stresses in America in certain places, and I was getting support all the way from Australia. I couldn't get a dime in America, but I got support all the way in Australia, in America. And the Australian dollar is lower than America, and they still supporting me from Australia. I said to myself, then why am I in America? Why am I, even though I was born in America, it's my home, but why am I in America when I'm getting support from Australia? So that's one of the things that got me out here from America. And one thing I can say, I've been around more white people than ever, everywhere I go. But yo, they don't even bother. They don't say shit to me. They just say what's up. They show love. They show respect here in Australia. No matter in the white crowd you are, you know, they have respect. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, I ran into a lot of Aboriginal guys, like not a lot, but a few here and there. You know, they got their street slang. They be like butter instead of saying brother. They say butter without the R. Butter,
Butter boy.
butter boy, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's cool. I met some Samoans, man. When they see another brown brother, I ain't gonna hold you. That love is there. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Samoans. You know. Shout out to the Aboriginal brothers, you know what I mean, that I ran into out there, you know. Yeah, shout out to my boy Mac, wherever you at, Mac. Boy, Mac loves saying the N-word, man, I tell you. I won't say it on here because I don't want to get flagged, but it's not wrong. I told a few of them, a lot of them asked me about the N-word and what I felt about it. And I gave them the history of what Niger, which is a place in South Africa, you know, known for Aboriginal type of people, dark toned people. And one is Negus, which comes from Ethiopia, Negus, which stand for power and prince. So to the people out there that think the N-word is such a bad word, you should look up Negus and look up Niger, and that will sum up the word for you. The only thing about the word, it was made negative. The N-word was made negative in the Jim Crow eras in the South of America, you know, where they knew we would call each other that since ancient of days. They studied us and they knew it was a word that would never really leave our souls. So they turned the word around, something to be negative. And a whole lot of Europeans start using that in a derogatory way to make us feel less than who we are. But it's really an amazing word, man. It means power and it means prince. You feel what I'm saying? So, hey, don't be, if you mean, when you say that N-word, if you know the meaning of it, you know, just say Negus. Don't say the one that you hear. If you really mean positive, say Negus. You know what I mean? And that means prince and power. You know what I'm saying? But you have to consult with brothers to know if they understand it, because you don't want anything to start to happen to you negative, because some people are still distraught about that N-word. Not every black person know the true meaning of the N-word. Alright guys, so it's your boy Black It Out Dundee, and I am in the land down under, and I'm giving you 33 minutes of live, and I am out of here, guys, and I will be back, man. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. It's your boy Black It Out Dundee, not Crocodile Dundee, not Black It Out Dundee, Black It Out Dundee, and the D-O-W stands for dough, guys.